What's going on, boxing fans? Julian Williams here with the Distance. Got a video for you guys. This is going to be a prediction for the upcoming May 19th bout between Sam Sexton and David Price. It's for the British Heavyweight Championship. Um, Puts together the challenger. Actually, both of them are challengers because the belt's vacant. So puts together two domestic heavyweight contenders, Sam Sexton and David Price. A lot of people who follow me on Twitter or follow my channel over the last few months know that I am a fan of David Price. David Price, of course, he's a taller fighter. He's about 6'8". I don't even know what his reach is. I want to say his reach is in the 80s, and he knows how to fight tall. But also something that I do notice with him, he knows how to fight tall, but he shortens up his shots very well. His shots are short, quick and stiff, and that's kind of a rarity with taller fighters. Of course, you have taller fighters that know how to use their reach and continue to kind of keep their arms out and keep opponents at the end of their shots. But with David Price doesn't necessarily keep opponents at the end of his shots. A lot of time he's using the jab, but also something noticeable about David Price fights is that the ring is noticeably small. He's fighting a noticeably small ring, and then of course the size of the ring is going to be the telling. It's going to be telling for me with the outcome of the fight, because I think with a bigger ring, that David Price might have a little more trouble trying to contain Sam Sexton, the fighter on the other side, who has quick hands, seems to be kind of awkward on his feet, and tries to set up his shots. He has quick hands. But he has a 71-inch reach, and he has to make up for it, by a lot of time by just coming out and just fighting in spurts, and just moving his hands and letting his hands go. On the other hand, I'll start with Sam Sexton. Sam Sexton in this fight is gonna have to try to make David Price fight off the back foot this entire fight. He has to come in. He has to come out and attack. He has quick hands. He has to get his head right in his chest, and that's going to be very difficult and it's going to be a huge risk, just due to the fact that Price does a good job of just shortening up his shots. And even with those short shots, whether it be the left hook or the overhand right, the very quick overhand right that he throws, it's going to be very difficult for Sam Sexton to come in, and it'd be a huge risk for him to come in and just try to take the fight to him. But that's going to be his only way of winning, is to continue to get his head on his chest, and just let his hands go. Try to get his front lead foot, because what he has to do is he has to get. Of course, he's going to be squaring up with David Price, because David Price usually he fights at the standard orthodox position, and he always has his left foot very wide in front of the right foot. He has a wide base, and he is very calculated as he moves. So what Sam Sexton's going to have to do is he's going to have to beat him to position, and he's going to have to just get his head on the chest and just go to the body and just let the hands go. He's going to have to let his hands go. He's going to have to get a few headshots in. He's going to have to try to get Price on the ropes, and Price is a strong heavyweight. He's a tall heavyweight, and it's going to be difficult. But he's going to have to get his head right on his chest, and he's going to have to let his hands go. And for me, and not only that, he does have quick hands, but that's his only key to victory, if you ask me. David Price, on the other hand, is going to have to keep Sexton at the end of the shots. He's taller. He has a longer reach. He's about, I want to say, 6 inches taller. So he wants to keep Sexton at the end of the shots. He wants to catch Sexton walking in. If he catches him walking in and catches him at the end of a shot, then best believe David Price can knock him out. I think that with a smaller ring, David Price can just come out and attack him, or better yet, on the other hand, on a bigger ring, David Price could use his reach to a lot more of an advantage. He could keep him at the end of the jab and try to set up the right hand. In this fight, I think he wants to probably set him up with the left hook. What I knows about David Price is a lot of time when he's looking for that one shot. And I think in this fight he's going to have to, if he wants to take out Sam Sexton, he's probably going to have to look for a lot more than one shot. I think he's going to have to work his way towards the knockout in this specific fight. Um, a myriad of jabs, an assortment of left hooks, and maybe overhand right. Of course, he's not going to go to the body against Sexton because Sexton's a smaller fighter, and if he lunges his body down, that's going to be a huge risk for him. But just overall, David Price just needs to look for. I think he needs to set up the knockout in this fight. Use the jab, use the reach, use the ring, and also probably look to come forward against Sexton. Look to come forward a little bit. Look to or catch Sexton walking into the shot. One of the two. Catch him with a counter. There's going to be a lot more ways for Price to win this fight, being that he's a tall fighter. He has power in both hands. He throws and he can knock you out with two different shots. The left hook, which is short, quick, stiff, and his opponent doesn't see it coming, or the overhand right to where he sets it up off the jab or sets it up off the counter. And he's tall. It's going to be dangerous for Sam Sexton in the fight. So I'm going to go with David Price winning this fight by knockout in round 6. Pretty much, Sam Sexton has been somewhat inactive over the last couple of years. He fought in a hotel in the UK that looked like that pretty much was reminiscent of the Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit video. But then he had the fight with Larry Alumbino, the bald dude from the UK beat him, and I thought the other dude was going to win. But just overall, David Price should win this fight, knockout round 6. So anyway, peeps, I'm out of here. That was Distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.